For all his sons and his daughters won't fill the cities with faces. Iniquities of they father, bloodthirstiest of our nation. Not for living water, waiting to put that work in. Hamashiach give us that order, prepare slaughter. For all his sons and his daughters won't fill the cities with faces. Iniquities of they father, bloodthirstiest of our nation. Not for living water, waiting to put this work in. Hamashiach give us that order.
I can definitely tell you what this is. I can definitely tell you that this is not a star. And I can tell you what it is. It's a lily, it's a pomegranate, it's a honeycomb, all right? It's a snowflake. All of the things you can see written of in the scriptures. Read. Go ahead.
It says, thou hatest all workers of iniquity.
And the Lord hates all workers of iniquity. Go ahead.
Thou shalt destroy them that speak leasing. The Lord will abhor the bloody and deceitful man.
He will abhor the what?
The bloody and deceitful man.
The bloody and the deceitful man. And that's all that dude came up with nothing but blood. Nothing but blood. Get Psalms 51 and 7.
Psalm chapter 51 and verse 7.
Bring it out.
Purge me with hyssop, and I shall be clean.
Read it again.
Purge me with hyssop, and I shall be clean.
Purge me with hyssop, and we're going to be clean. Read.
Wash me, and I shall be whiter than snow.
Wash us, and we're going to be whiter than snow. And if you understand, again, on a molecular level, what snow looks like, it makes this symbol. Okay? You ask. All right, go back to that in Kings. All right, because we're gonna edify the people now, even though this ignorant baboon, all right, or this babbling idiot has no understanding, reads a verse and then just says that's the Star River. How do we know it ain't the phone that you just looked it up on? Again, how do we know it's not this light post here? How do we know it isn't the sand that you're standing on? Read.
Back in the book of 1 Kings chapter 7. We'll start at verse 20. And the chapiters upon the two pillars had pomegranates also above over against the belly.
There's pomegranates on the temple. If you just simply look up what a pomegranate is. You can either, his best argument would have been, no, it doesn't make that shape, it's a circle. But then I was like, well, so is a star. I was waiting on him to say that. He was about to run into a damn Bud Crawford left hook, dude. He was about to run into it, or he was going to have to concede. He was about to run into a Gervonta Davis devastating left hook. A pomegranate is a circle, and so is a star. But guess what? A pomegranate still makes its shape. But he didn't cut himself and said, even when you cut the pomegranate open, it makes this shape. And sure enough, I had the picture of the pomegranate cut open. Read.
It says, above over against the belly, which was the network, and the pomegranates were 200 rows about and upon the chapiter.
Read.
And he set up on the pillars the porch of the temple, and he set up the right pillar.
Upon the pillars of the porch of the temple, on the right pillar, read.
He called the name thereof Jachin.
Read.
And he set up the left pillar and called the name thereof Boaz. And upon the top of the pillars was lily work.
And upon those pillars were lily work. So not only can I show you that this symbol is being made with the pomegranate, but I can also show you it being made with the lily work. And this is stuff that we can actually go and look at the temple and show whether or not it was there. Or we can read whether or not it was there. And all we have to do is just look up what a pomegranate is. All we have to do is look up what a lily is. You gotta look up Star of Rembrandt, and then just because it posts a picture of this doesn't mean, oh, that's the Star of Rembrandt. No, because again, the Bible is what sets the precedent. The Bible is the foundation. The Bible is the standard upon which we build our knowledge, wisdom, and understanding off of. Right. Preferably the Torah. Even when we get into the text of what we now know as the Bible, it gets even more specific when we get into the Torah that takes precedent over everything else, because it has to be according to the law and it has to be according to the testimony. Otherwise, there is no light. Okay? Get that in Proverbs 21.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 16, verse 21. Yeah. The wise in heart shall be called prudent.
The wise in heart is going to be called prudent. Read.
And the sweetness of the lips increaseth learning.
Go ahead, read it again.
Proverbs 16 and 21. Yeah. The wise in heart shall be called prudent.
Listen, let's talk about the wise in heart, right? And let's talk about those and how we're going to be prudent. What does prudent mean? It means to consider or be aware of the future. And we're considered in being aware of our future. But guess what? Us, in the consideration of our future, as prudent men, we're considering the fate of our people, the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, because we've been in such a low place for a long time. So when we consider our future, this is how we get a better understanding of what this Bible is talking about, especially when it's talking about salvation, right? Go ahead.
And the sweetness of the lips.
I can't stop you from doing anything. I'm in a public place. I can't tell you.
I can look you up.
Go ahead.
And the sweetness of the lips.
After I'm done reading, I'll answer any of your questions. Go ahead.
Increase of learning.
It says they're prudent and they increase in learning. Read.
Understanding.
And understanding. Go ahead.
Is a wellspring of life.
And it's a wellspring of life. And we also need Christ for that too, because when we accept Christ, it says the Spirit will be in our bowels and in our belly, a spring or a bountiful well of water spring up in the everlasting life. Read.
Unto him that hath it.
Unto those that have it. Go ahead.
But
and listen, and that wisdom is going to be known, especially when you get into a dialogue, scripturally, biblically, and whether or not you have understanding, to whether or not you can go to and cite the sources of the claims that you make. And that's what we do. But when we have conversations with people, they want to tell us a bunch of stuff, they don't want to bring no proof. Read.
But the instruction of fools.
But the instruction of what?
Of fools.
The instruction of fools, read.
Is folly.
It's folly. Go ahead.
And
that's what he was trying to say about us. That our instruction is wrong, yet we are reading where we get our instruction from. Right. But then, so it's ultimately saying that the Bible that he says he believes in and that he stands on is foolish. That's crazy. Why would you stand on something that you feel like is foolish? Read.
The heart of the wise teacheth his mouth.
It isn't. The heart of the wise teaches, right? And your heart is dealing with your mind. It teaches. What was that man teaching us? No, he was doting about questions. Get that. Was that Timothy? Read.
And added learning to his lips.
Listen, he teaches and he also adds learning to his lips. I'm trying to get to a common ground with him. If he wants to say that hatred just means less favor, okay, let's go with less favor. If you're going to say, well, you guys hate. Don't the Bible say that God hates? He says, no, but that means less favor. Okay, well, that's what we mean then. Less favor. We have less favor for certain people than we do for other people, the same way we read in the book, in the text that we believe in and we stand on and we're out here teaching from. Read.
Pleasant words.
Pleasant words, go ahead.
Are as a honeycomb.
Are as a what?
Are as a honeycomb.
And if you understand and know what a honeycomb looks like, it is literally this symbol without the details in it, all right? It's the outer portions or the outer, the circumference, really, rather, of this shape is the honeycomb. It has 6 points on it. Read.
Sweet to the soul.
And it's sweet to the soul. Go ahead.
And healeth to the bones.
So this is what we're saying is that this symbol represents many things biblically. Many things biblically. The snowflake, the honeycomb, the pomegranate, the lily.
For all his sons and his daughters won't fill the cities with faces. Iniquities of they father, bloodthirstiest of our nation. Not for living water, waiting to put that work in. Hamashiach give us that order, prepare slaughter. For all his sons and his daughters won't fill the cities with faces. Iniquities of they father, bloodthirstiest of our nation. Not for living water, waiting to put this work in. Hamashiach give us that order.